Thank you so much for clicking on my video today as we are celebrating Prince Harry's birthday. Now, this is a pre-recorded video. It is not a live stream because I am currently traveling home from Dusseldorf, Germany, where I spent the whole week at the Invictus Games in Dusseldorf. It was amazing, and we will be talking about that on Monday, but today is all about Prince Harry, so let's get into it. Once again, thank you so much for clicking on my video, and thank you for joining me as I celebrate Prince Harry's birthday. Today, we are going to talk about a wide array of topics, all including Prince Harry, of course. So first, in my own personal fashion, we are going to go through some of his best style moments according to GQ magazine, and who knows men's fashion better than them. Then we're going to go through some of his accomplishments as a solo person and his accomplishments as part of a couple. And then we're going to end it on a very, very fun note, and I cannot wait for you to see. So without further ado, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe if you have not already, and let's get into his best style moments. Article is in GQ magazine and it is linked in the description box below. The title is Every Time Prince Harry Demonstrated Classic Royal Style, and it's written by Robert Johnston. This was published September 15th on his birthday in 2020. So let's take a look at what their favorite looks from Prince Harry were back then. That the list starts off with this look. This is one of my top 3 favorite looks from both of them. Not only is this look amazing as a couple, but individually, if you were only to have seen one of them in these outfits, we still would be talking about how amazing they look. So together, it's absolutely giving regal. They both look phenomenal, but since it's Prince Harry's birthday, let's focus on him. Now, this says, Mountbatten Festival of Music in 2020. With couple dressing down, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are well versed on how to pair their outfits. Case in point, their outing at the Mountbatten Festival of Music in March 2020 saw them twin in scarlet. Gents, take note. And I concur. First of all, we've talked about this dress on Meghan 1,000,001 times. So let's talk about this jacket. Are you kidding me? Not only is it tailored to perfection, but red is absolutely Harry's color. This was a phenomenal outfit and one of the best looks I've ever seen him give. I love that they started this list with this outfit. This gives him credibility. So the next look on GQ's list is from Commonwealth Day Service of 2020. And the comment says, we always thought Prince Harry was a decent guy, but when he rocked up to the Commonwealth Day Service in March of 2020 in a navy suit that gave a flicker of support to Meghan Markle's emerald number, we got confirmation of his gentlemanly traits. Now, we have talked about this look as a duo and their separate looks in this little combo 1,000,001 times, and I will never get enough of it. There's just so much detail, and as someone who has read Spare this year, looking back on these this last group of engagements right before they step back officially, but looking at how they dressed, how they were always in unison, how not just in their clothing, but in their movement, they were always just so synchronized in everything. They have great synergy. They were clearly on the same page. And that has been the case with this couple for a very long time. But after reading Spare and knowing how essentially he had to play second fiddle for everything, but especially when it came to his wardrobe, even at one point having a hole in his shoe, seeing these outfits, seeing his style resonate in this way on such a high level, it really is just the cherry on top of like, not only am I reclaiming my life, but I'm reclaiming my time and my image, and it all belongs to me. And this last group of engagements that they did, they never sent that message more clearly. They looked phenomenal, and this is one of my favorite suits from Prince Harry. Now, the next look they chose was from the Endeavor Fund Awards in 2020. Of course, this is one of the looks from their last string of engagements as senior working royals. And their comment is, another demonstration of how to support your wife through your clothing. Pair your tie to her dress and you're good to go. Yes, on a basic level, that is how to support your wife through your clothing, but they are coordinated on a number of fronts. The dark shoes, the light blue in the middle, And then, of course, the red up top with Megan's lips being red and his hair being red. But also, if you notice, her dress matches his eyes. This whole look is a big compliment to his eyes. And I love how she offset it with the red. But this is one of the brighter suits that we've seen Prince Harry wear. And it complements not only his skin tone and his hair very well, but the cut and the shape complements his body excellently. They were dressing like superstars. They looked phenomenal, and none of it was overstated. It's just the devil's in the details. And also, the inside of this jacket, satin, beautiful. Actually, I think it's silk satin, beautiful, nice bright blue, and some would call it royal blue. Hmm. I love this look. I've talked about it a million and one times. And again, I love their use of color. They are so versatile. You don't see any pleated collars. You're not going to see any smocks with these two. You're going to see fashion. They both look phenomenal. And this is, again, top three, one of my favorite looks. Next look is from the Remembrance Service of 2019. Hosted by the Royal British Legion, the Remembrance Service is one of the annual outings that requires the male members of the royal family to suit up in their very best military gear. That said, Prince Harry more than stepped up in 2019, and we reckon those white gloves are why high fashion's big names started putting them down the catwalk. Now, whenever I see this look, and we've looked at this a couple of times, but whenever I see this look, I get the idea that when anyone says, I love a man in uniform, this is the image in their mind, right? Like, this is what you want when you say, I love a man in uniform. The uniform needs to not only fit, but it needs to accentuate those just very masculine qualities, like those big broad shoulders, the nice structured chin. I love this hat. You love all of the regalia all over the jacket, the nice clean gloves, the way the jacket fits, the way the pants fit, the way the chest is very broad. All of this is what you're looking for when you say, love a man in uniform. Megan, honey, I see why you're always glowing. I know that's right. But again, I love that they put this on the list. We know that Prince Harry's military life is very important to him. And now that we see that he's starting to express himself more throughout his image, through his clothing, having those two worlds collide on this GQ list was genius. I love that GQ did this. For look number 5, they chose this look from the Andalusian Gardens in Morocco in 2019. Visiting the Andalusian Gardens in Morocco to hear about youth empowerment, Prince Harry nailed his warm weather style in a lightweight single-breast linen suit and what we like to think is a linen shirt. I don't know if that's a linen shirt. It doesn't look like one, but I'm gonna just trust GQ. But that actually doesn't look like a linen shirt. It looks like it's a classic button down. But I love this look because not only is it very casual, yet still very structured, and it's kind of like that business casual style. But also, I love that they're coordinated with the light and the dark. Megan is wearing a light cream blazer with a black dress, and they're very coordinated in their look together. They make sense together, but they also are rocking the looks separately as they mingle throughout the party. Now, we have also talked about this look before. First of all, I really like Harry's haircut in this photo, which we rarely ever talk about his haircuts, but this is actually one of my favorites. But they both look fantastic. It's also very hot in Morocco at the time that they were there. And I like how they managed to stay cool and still look stylish, something that Megan is nailing right now at the Invictus Games, because I didn't realize how hot it was in Germany right now, but it is burning up. And in the Merkerspiel, at least where I was sitting, there was no AC. So every time I attended the games in the Merkerspiel arena, I was melting. How this woman was walking around in a blazer, I was like, she has got to have fans under her jacket, something, because she looks great. By the time I left the Merkerspiel, edges were drawn back, sweat bubbling over on my face. I was hot. I was tired. I wasn't musty, thankfully, thanks to deodorant, but it was hot. But they nail it. When it's hot, they manage to still look very chic. They dress to stay cool, but they still look business casual or still very put together. This is one of those looks that absolutely nails that. The next look is from the Royal Variety Performance in 2018. Gents, take note, because this is the easiest way to nail that black tie dress code. While we would have done up the jacket, Prince Harry proved the simple route of a black tuxedo, matching trousers, white shirt, and black bow tie is more often than not the easiest way to look good. Now, while their caption is fair, you typically undo your jacket or unbutton your jacket when you sit down. So this might have actually been taken when they were leaving, or they had already sat for a bit to talk or catch up with someone and then continued walking in. Who knows? He also had just gotten out of the car, so maybe that was the case, but it doesn't seem like it really matters because the other gentlemen in the photos, they all have their jackets undone. So that might allude to the fact that they might have already sat for a bit and then they stood up again. I think the suit looks great. I think GQ is just being persnickety. But as a duo, this look looks amazing. And then, of course, I have talked about this at length, particularly last year on Prince Harry's birthday. I talked about his ability to really nail the classic tuxedo. He always comes out looking like James Bond. He does bow tie well. Sometimes bow ties can give like Buddy Lee. Sometimes bow ties on certain people and how they wear them can look really goofy. And so when I see it done well, I talk about it a lot because I am not a fan of bow ties. You have to nail it to get it right. Same as like certain hairstyles, like bangs. You have to nail it. And there's so many different types of bangs to have. So I don't think everyone has the face for bangs. I don't think everyone has the face for all types of bangs. So when I see people who do bangs well, I talk about it. It's the same with the bow tie. Prince Harry knows how to do the perfect size bow tie, the perfect knot, and he makes it work for him. Some people get those oversized bow ties and just look goofy as all get out. I think this tuxedo looks amazing. He also wore a tuxedo to a movie premiere a couple of years ago, and he literally looked like he could have played James Bond. It was giving very much Hollywood glam. Like, he looked phenomenal. I talked about it on TikTok at length. But yes, this suit looks great. GQ, I don't know what you're talking about. The jacket being undone does not bother me. And I actually love that we get that straight line of white that breaks up the black jacket and the black pants. So, and also take a look at his shoes. Very shiny. You can tell he was in the military by his shoes. You can absolutely tell. And we're going to give a little bit of, I know it's Harry's birthday, but we're going to get a little bit of love to Meghan's look. Remember when I said about doing bangs the right way? Ladies and gentlemen, Meghan. This is how you do bangs. You have to know what works for your face. Her makeup is also always on point. I love the stud earrings. A little bit of an oversized stud is perfect because it's the top half, the bust of this dress is so glam. You do want to continue that sparkle, but then she gave us a nice long black skirt. This look as a couple looked fantastic, and this look on Harry looked fantastic. Yet again, why I think GQ was just being persnickety. But what do y'all think? Do you like the feedback, or do you think it's fine with it open, or do you think he should have buttoned it up like GQ suggested? Let me know. Next look is from the Audi Polo Challenge in 2018. Prince Harry shows off an impressive physique after taking part in the Audi Polo Challenge at Coworth Park in Ascot in May of 2018. Among the spectators was then girlfriend Meghan Markle, so luckily the Prince's team won twice. I know that's right, you have to show off. Now, at first I was like, what? This is a style article. Why did they put this? And then I sat with it. Does this not look like something out of Ralph Lauren? Like, just look at this photo. This is what they go for, except he had actually been playing polo and this was a candid shot. But this is the shot. This is the type of pose and the type of look that the models for Ralph Lauren actually try and give. It gives rugged, it gives kind of the slouch pants because of course they're trying to show that he's been playing. He's got the sunglasses in his hand. He's kind of showing off the physique with the arm kind of bent. He's literally serving strong jawline, gaze. He's smizing with the eyes. Come through, Tyra. And he's got the hair kind of tousled. Once I sat with it, I was like, and the boots especially, this is a Ralph Lauren ad. And unintentionally, I can see why this made the list. It's giving very much rugged, athletic, outdoor, and of course polo, which is their whole brand. What do you think about this photo? Do you think it belongs on the list? Do you see the vision? Do you see what I see? Let me know what you thought of this, because I absolutely, at first I was like, why did they choose this photo? He doesn't really look like he's posing. He's not like dressed up. And then I said, I see it. It makes perfect sense. I really like this photo, and I love that they included this look. And of course, we know that polo is a big deal to him and it's a big part of his life. What do you think about this photo? Do you think it deserves a place on this list? Why or why not? I absolutely love it, but of course, you don't have to agree with me at all. I am open to hearing your opinion. He looked great here, and who doesn't love a nice athletic man? Okay, my husband plays basketball, and every time he's playing, I'm just all into it, child. I couldn't know less about basketball, but when he is playing, I'm all about it. No, I'm kidding. But no, tell me what you think about this look. The next look actually should be the number one look. In my personal opinion, this is probably my favorite look from Prince Harry. But I'm not going to argue with GQ, although, in my personal opinion, this one should have been number 10. But this is from Dunkirk premiere in 2017. Prince Harry attended the Dunkirk world premiere in 2017 and met a host of war veterans. As well as this, he met pop royalty in the form of Harry Styles, who, in our honest opinion, can rarely be outdone in the style takes. That said, Prince Harry went above and beyond in a deep navy single-breasted suit and an understated striped burgundy and navy tie, which allowed his military medals, Afghanistan Operational Service, Queen's Diamond Jubilee, and the Queen's Golden Jubilee to shine. Now, like I said, this should have been the number one look in my opinion. I just think it's perfect. I think this suit is probably the best tailored suit that I have seen. He looks absolutely phenomenal here. And this tie is giving everything. I love this tie. And this is very much, again, the very Ralph Lauren type of style, Ralph Lauren type of look. I love this look. Let me know what you think about this look. And I don't even know why they brought up Harry Styles. Harry Styles cannot hold a candle to this. Now, that's just my personal take. I'm more of a kind of a prep and a posh type of person. I prefer looks that are a lot more clean. I'm not a big like rocker style person. So I think it's just a matter of opinion and like personal taste. But Harry Styles cannot hold a candle to this. This is grown man right here. This is not giving that. And no offense to Harry Styles, I'm sure he looks great to a lot of people. A lot of people love his look. I'm not one of those people. So no. GQ, no, you cannot compare the two. This is grown man. Just my personal opinion, this suit is much, much better. What do y'all think about this look, especially with the metals? I mean, this dark navy is really doing something. This dark navy on his skin tone is excellent. Blue on his skin tone really does work. I love that he likes to kind of rotate different shades of blue in suit. It's always a win, in my opinion. But what do y'all think of this suit, and especially the tie and the metals? Looks fantastic. This look is from the Diana Award at St. James Palace ceremony in 2017. To deliver a speech for the Diana Award, a charity set up to celebrate young people's contribution to society at St. James's Palace in May of 2017, Prince Harry chose the modern young royal uniform of a single-breasted two-button navy suit, white shirt, and gray tie. Now, I really like this. First of all, I don't know if he had seen the backsplash before they picked the suit, but it actually really coordinates really well and it looks great. I like the blue and the blue because they're not the same shade, but they do accentuate each other. The light blue with the dark blue jacket, and then you see on the backsplash the dark blue base with the light blue accents. It all works really well. Now, again, he is one for a well-tailored suit. I really like this suit. This is actually, I think, my second time actually seeing this photo, and I've never taken a deep look at it, but I love that gray tie. It really does bring out his eyes. What do y'all think about this suit? I'm glad they put it on the list because this isn't one of the regular ones that they rotate. Now that we've gotten through look number 9, the next look is actually pretty special considering not only is it's his birthday, but this week in particular. Let's take a look at number 10. Invictus Games of 2017. Prince Harry does some serious work for charity and in the process has to wear more logoed shirts than most. Here at the Tower of London for Help for Heroes at the UK team launch of the Invictus Games Toronto 2017, he looks every inch a champion. Now, I thought that was such an interesting pick because when I saw this list, I only went down like 4 and I was like, I believe it. Let's use this one. But the fact that this is Invictus Games Week 2023 and on their list at number 10 is Invictus Games 2017, I thought was super cool. And yes, his logoed shirts look nice, of course, because they're button downs, black button downs, really crisp looks. I love the rolled sleeves. I love the fit. I love how they make the chest look really broad. And of course, the Invictus logo. I also love that not only is, and this might be like a personal thing, but not only is the merch cute, but it's very comfortable. Y'all, I went crazy at the merch shop. Y'all know I had to like put a pause on ordering from the merch shop online. I did a whole little segment in one of my live streams about the really cute merch from Invictus Games, but that didn't hold a candle to what I did when I got to the merch shop at the Invictus Games. I was all up and through Invictus Village buying stuff. They had two merch shops that I went to because I went to one to pick up the books. And then as I was leaving, I was like, dang, I should have got more stuff. So then I found the merch shop inside Invictus Village outside of the Merkerspiel Arena. And I went balls to the wall on that as well. So the merch is cute, and he is a testament to that. I love that they added this to the list because GQ got it right. The Invictus Games merch is nice, and it's still available online if you want to buy some. But what do you guys think of this style list? I love that they put this list together. I thought all the looks looked great. Now, my favorite, of course, was the blue suit with the red, with the maroon, and the navy tie. But what was your favorite look on this list? Next, I wanted to go down this really cool list from thethings.com of 10 best things Prince Harry has done for the world. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, as is his correct title, has been at the forefront of the media ever since his and his wife, Meghan Markle's astonishing interview with Oprah. For years, Prince Harry has had a love-hate relationship with the British media, who have always seemed to have been set on saving the more favorable press for his brother, Prince William. His charity work. Just like his mom, Prince Harry supports many charities with varying causes, which include abuse, animals, children, conservation, cancer, education, bullying, disaster relief, homelessness, refugees, slavery, and human trafficking. He is also a great sportsman and uses his love of sports, particularly rugby, to help raise funds and awareness. Harry is patron for the union's Injured Players Foundation and also their All Schools program, which works throughout the UK to use rugby to promote activity and physical well-being, particularly in areas where this is not easily accessed. As seen in this pic, he also champions women and women's sports and describes himself as a feminist. I know that's right. Number 9. His work with children affected by AIDS and HIV. In 2006, whilst on a royal visit to the impoverished AIDS-stricken nation of Lesotho, Southern Africa, Prince Harry launched the Sintabali charity along with Prince Seeiso of Lesotho, a charity to help the mental health, well-being, and education of children, orphaned, and young people affected by HIV and AIDS in Lesotho and Botswana. Prince Harry further raised awareness of Lesotho in a television documentary called The Forgotten Kingdom, Prince Harry in Lesotho. In this way, Harry is followed in his mother's footsteps as Princess Diana was an ambassador and pioneer for AIDS activism and awareness. Number 8. Kind of timely, right? The Invictus Games. Prince Harry is patron of the Invictus Games, inspired by the Warrior Games in the USA, an international multi-sport event whereby injured, sick, or wounded armed service personnel compete on behalf of their home country. Named after the Latin word Invictus, meaning unconquered or undefeated, the event has been an inspiration for many. First held in London, followed by Orlando, then Sydney, and due to be held in the Netherlands in 2022, and of course we know just held in Dusseldorf, Harry and John Bon Jovi even released an Invictus Games song. Number 7, he's a veteran, because of course. And this look, I know that's right. Prince Harry served in the British Armed Forces for over 10 years and did 2 tours of Afghanistan. He received promotions in all 3 services, becoming Major in the British Army, Lieutenant Commander in the Royal Navy, and Squadron Leader in the Royal Air Force. He also qualified as an Apache aircraft commander. According to reports, Harry was top of his class while training at the Naval Air Facility, El Centro, California. Sadly, Prince Harry has been stripped of his military titles as is tradition since stepped away from the British royal family, which has not mattered because his impact on veterans has remained the same. He's an environmentalist. Number 6. Prince Harry leads an initiative called Travelist, founded in partnership with Booking.com, Skycanner, Trip.com, Group, TripAdvisor, and Visa. The nonprofit organization promotes sustainable travel, protecting wildlife, and preserving the environment with a focus on eco-conservation, protecting plant and animal life, and conserving natural resources. The initiative also looks to eliminate the use of single-use plastics and reduce or offset carbon emissions associated with traveling. Number 5, he supports military and all mental health. Prince Harry was involved in Heads Together, a mental health initiative spearheaded by the Royal Foundation of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, where he spoke about military mental health, something he is passionate about. More recently, he worked with the MOD and HeadFit to improve mental health in the armed forces. This led to an announcement that fitness will become a mandatory part of military training in the UK. The subject is of great importance to Harry, who helped champion this issue. Number 4, Project Angel Food. Oh, I love this photo of them. In line with his and his wife's humanitarian nature, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle were involved in the Project Angel Food initiative through the pandemic, delivering food parcels to those in need across Los Angeles. The project prepares and delivers healthy meals to help people impacted by serious illness. I remember that. Empowering young people, number 3. Prince Harry leads a program called Full Effect, which is part of the Royal Foundation, of which he was a patron. Set up by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, the program aims to divert from disadvantaged backgrounds young people away from crimes and gang violence and encourage them to finish school and work on skills and employment opportunities. Activities on offer range from sports sessions to dance, music, filmmaking, and drama workshops. This is a really great picture. Number 2, Aspen Institute. Prince Harry has recently been appointed to a U.S. think tank looking at misinformation and disinformation in the media, something no doubt Harry knows all about, although this will be primarily looking at U.S. media. Harry said in a statement, quote, "The experience of today's digital world has us inundated with an avalanche of misinformation, affecting our ability as individuals as well as societies to think clearly and truly understand the world we live in. It's my belief that this is a humanitarian issue, and I could not agree more." And number 1, Better Up campaign. I know that's right. Brother's got a job. Prince Harry recently joined the Better Up campaign as Chief Impact Officer. His role with the startup company involves mental health coaching, connection, and support. Better Up said Harry has an ideal choice because, as a true citizen of the world, he has dedicated his life's work to bringing attention to the diverse needs of people everywhere and advocating for mental health initiatives. So as you can see, Prince Harry has given to the world quite a bit. But this isn't just about Harry. Not only has he given to the world, but he is equally yoked with his humanitarian wife. Let's take a look at some of their amazing initiatives and projects that they've worked on together and made the impact on the world a better place as a couple. Do we have the pleasure of talking about Prince Harry's impact on the world in his very short time on this earth, but we also get to talk about he and his wife's charitable impact. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's charitable work throughout the years. This article was written by Caitlin Hitt and it was published last October. So let's take a look. Archwell. In January of 2020, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex began rolling out their nonprofit organization, Archwell. At the time, the site featured a note from Harry and the California native explaining their goal for the organization. Quote, "I am my mother's son, and I am our son's mother. Together, we bring you Archwell. We believe in the best of humanity because we have seen the best of humanity. We have experienced compassion and kindness from our mothers and strangers alike," the message read. "In the face of fear, struggle, and pain, it can be easy to lose sight of this. Together, we can choose courage, healing, and connection. Together, we can choose to put compassion in action. We invite you to join us as we work to build a better world, one act of compassion at a time." The site described Archwell as a nonprofit that drives systemic cultural change across all communities. Next, Walker Family Events Foundation. In November of 2020, Harry quietly volunteered for a veterans charity in Compton, California called the Walker Family Events Foundation. The organization, which helps veterans and their families facing homelessness, shared 2 photos of the royals helping to pack and deliver food to those in need. Today, I had the honor of meeting and working alongside Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. One photo caption read, "He joined us in volunteering at Compton VFW for the Operation Nourish program, packing and distributing food to our Compton neighbors. He is very humble and kind." Genesis Women's Shelter and Support. In February of 2021, Genesis Women's Shelter and Support in Dallas, Texas, received a donation from Harry and Meghan through the Archwell Foundation. Now, y'all know this is the one that really touched my heart because I'm from Dallas. The donation came after Texas was hit with icy and snowy weather that devastated some areas, including Dallas. Quote, "Today we learned that the news of the damages we incurred from Storm Uri reached Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex," the shelter tweeted. Through their nonprofit R12 Foundation, they are supporting us by replacing the roof at our transitional housing apartment complex and also helping us meet our immediate needs. Thank you, R12 Foundation. Next up, World Central Kitchen. Months after it was announced that R12 would be working with World Central Kitchen to build 4 community relief centers in the Caribbean, the first center was completed in February of 2021. The effort was first announced in December of 2020, 3 years after the sea was hit by Hurricane Maria and Irma. 3 years after the area was hit by Hurricanes Maria and Irma in 2017. Quote, "The kitchen equipment, including refrigerators and freezers that can work entirely off the electrical grid using solar power, is now installed and ready for the school staff to cook for students and the community. And we will be launching a culinary training program later in the year. These trainings based on sink to stove and our upcoming chef relief training program will equip chefs in the skills necessary to cook for the community and even feed large numbers of people in an emergency. From this community relief center, we anticipate being able to prepare thousands of meals per day in the direct aftermath of any future storm." That is incredible. Archie's birthday donations. The couple celebrated their son's second birthday in May of 2021 by asking anyone who was willing to make a donation in his honor toward healthcare in underserved communities. "We have been deeply touched over the past 2 years to feel the warmth and support for our family in honor of Archie's birthday," they wrote in a statement via their R12 website. "Many of you donate to charities on his behalf and mark the occasion by giving back or doing an act of service, all through the goodness of your hearts. You raise funds for those who need it the most and continue to do so organically and selflessly. We remain incredibly grateful. We are inviting you to contribute whatever you can, if you have the means to do so, to bring vaccines to families in the world's most vulnerable places." I know that's right. Baby humanitarian. Procter & Gamble partnership. After working with Procter & Gamble and Global Citizens Vax Live, the concert to reunite the world in May 2021 to inspire vaccine confidence worldwide, the pair announced a multi-year partnership between the R12 Foundation and the company, whose portfolio includes brands such as Tide, Olay, and Charmin. The collaboration will focus on gender equality, more inclusive online spaces, and resilience as an impact through sport. I'm sorry, but these waves are killing it. Oh, girl, you look gorgeous. Books for all. After releasing her children's book, The Bench, in June 2021, Meghan announced that she and Harry would be donating 2,000 copies of the book to schools, libraries, and more. After more than a year of unprecedented challenges for school kids and families everywhere, the Duchess believes the path ahead must include a focus on well-being and nourishing our communities through food, education, and emotional and mental health support, a statement on the couple's R12 Foundation read. The Duchess and R12 have received the support of the publisher of The Bench to distribute 2,000 copies at no cost to libraries, community centers, schools, and nonprofit programs across the country. R12 is also partnering with First Book Nonprofit to distribute the book around the country. The Loveland Foundation. The nonprofit, which was listed on the R12 Foundation's website in August 2021, provides affordable mental health resources to Black women. The Loveland Foundation focuses on funding their therapy sessions for those who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford to see a counselor. That is beautiful. And actually, I don't think I've ever talked about the Loveland Foundation partnership. That's amazing. UCLA Center for Critical Internet Inquiry. The R12 Foundation Fund for the UCLA Center for Critical Internet Inquiry will support the center's goals to reimagine technology, champion racial and economic justice in tech industries, and strengthen democracy via public policy work. Wow. Center for Humane Technology. After being victims of online bullying, it's easy to understand why Meghan and Harry support this initiative to create the conditions for safer, more compassionate online communities, per R12 Foundation website. Okay, and pause. Her makeup. Man, she looks glam there. Love that look. Center for Compassion and Altruism Research and Education, Stanford Medicine. Meghan and Harry's foundation supports this research department at Stanford University in Palo Alto, California, according to their website. The Archwell Foundation supports the center's mission for groundbreaking research and education in techniques for developing compassion and promoting altruism within individuals and society. Women for Afghan Women. In August of 2021, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex donated to the organization which empowers disenfranchised Afghan women and girls in Afghanistan and New York. The Archwell Foundation's donation will help refugees fleeing Afghanistan. Quote, "We are immensely grateful for the generosity of the Archwell Foundation in support of our efforts to evacuate, relocate thousands of Afghan women, children, families, including our staff," Women for Afghan Women shared via Instagram. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. In January of 2022, the couple sent Black-owned food trucks to the Martin Luther King Jr. Center for Nonviolent Social Change in Atlanta to help feed volunteers. Thank you, Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, for providing local Black-owned food trucks for our MLK Day Service Project volunteers. The center's official account tweeted at that time. Your care matters so much to those here to register and educate voters and collect items for our homeless neighbors. NAACP. As y'all know, I am a member of the NAACP, so this is actually very close to my heart. In February of 2022, the couple announced Archwell's partnership with the NAACP on a new award that will recognize people working to advance the cause of civil rights. Called the NAACP Archwell Digital Civil Rights Award, the first prize went to Dr. Sophia Noble, an internet studies scholar and a professor at the University of California, Los Angeles. Recipients of the award receive a $100,000 stipend to be used at their discretion to further their work or continue expanding their expertise in their field. It's amazing. Women's History Month. In honor of Women's History Month, Archwell partnered with 4 organizations that work to advance gender equality around the globe. The 4 nonprofits that received grants were SmartWorks, the 19th, the National Women's Law Center, and the Center on Poverty and Inequality at Georgetown University. Quote, "Part of Archwell Foundation's core commitment is to build strong, compassionate, and equitable communities across the world," Harry and Meghan said in a statement in March 2022. Although these grants have been announced as we recognize Women's History Month, the work they represent is relevant and vital every day of the year. I know that's right. SmartWorks, a UK-based organization that helps women find employment with coaching tips and job interview attire, will create the SmartWorks Female Unemployment Index with help from Archwell. The project will study the issues that cause women's unemployment in the UK and work to find solutions to the problem. The 19th, an independent nonprofit newsroom that reports on gender, politics, and policy, will use the grant to advance coverage of BIPOC and LGBTQ+ communities. The NWLC will continue to fight for legislation that helps equality and further investigate the workforce pushout happening to women amid the COVID-19 pandemic. The Center on Poverty and Inequality will put Archwell's funding toward their initiative on gender justice and opportunity, which helps public institutions support marginalized groups. Supporting Ukraine. It was revealed in March of 2022 that Harry and Meghan donated to help those affected amid the Russian invasion. According to royal expert Omid Scobie, the pair donated to organizations supporting the people of Ukraine, such as HIAS and the Halo Trust via Archwell. They also are supporting domestic media such as the Kyiv Independent, which is supported through Are We Europe. 1 month earlier, the couple issued a statement via their Archwell website about the invasion. Quote, "We stand with the people of Ukraine," the joint statement read. "Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, and all of us at Archwell stand with the people of Ukraine against this breach of international and humanitarian law and encourage the global community and its leaders to do the same." Marshall Plan for Moms. Archwell joined the National Business Coalition for Childcare, organized by Marshall Plan for Moms in May of 2022. Quote, "Families everywhere, and especially working moms, are asked to shoulder so much," the Duchess of Sussex said in a press release at that time. "This has only been heightened by the pandemic, which increased caregiving responsibilities, rising prices, and economic uncertainty. As it's been said many times, it takes a village to raise a child. Today, we're sending a message that childcare isn't just a community imperative, it's a business imperative. Creating a stronger workforce starts with meeting the needs of families." She could not be more right about that. And this jacket, yes ma'am. Inspiring women. The Archwell Foundation announced in October of 2022 that it would be teaming up with the Ving Project to give $1 million in grants to women inspiring the younger generation. The partnership was inspired by Markle's Archetypes podcast and asked anyone between the ages of 14 and 18 to nominate a woman who serves as a role model to them by meeting their goals despite adversity. Those chosen will receive a $1,000 grant to the nominee of their choice. So I loved going through this list because we see how Harry has made an impact on the world, but I love that not only is making an impact on the world an important part of his life to him, but also in his partner. And that is why I say he and Meghan are equally yoked, as both were philanthropic long before meeting one another. And when two great minds meet and think alike, more progress can be made. It's been amazing going through Prince Harry's style and his impact on the world. But now I want to leave you with something fun. But before we get to that, just a really quick note. Before we continue to segments 3 and 4, I just wanted to take a super short break to say, if you have not already, please don't forget to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to the channel, and if you are interested, feel free to participate in the live chat going on now, or feel free to leave a comment if you do not wish to engage in the live chat. Once again, I know I do this all the time. I'm enjoying a channel, I'm enjoying the video, I'm just having a great time, and I completely forget to hit subscribe. So please don't forget to hit subscribe. Don't forget to comment if you wish, and please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button so that the algorithm on YouTube knows that you like my content. Now, let's get back to the show.
Do you love Harry? We love him. Why? We don't know, but he's just one of us. That's how they react to him.
So, go out there, have the best time, and Merry Christmas.
I thought, you know, it would be funny if I had King George in the show. Smash cut to 2018. And I am sitting next to his 6th great-grandson.
Royal.
You say.
Kristen Dahlgren, NBC
I love
News.
children, and the nicest thing out here is they don't know who I am. I'm just a normal guy to them.
I could see in Harry that here's somebody who wanted to get his hands dirty, if I can say that. He wasn't afraid to pick up a child who was HIV positive. He wasn't afraid to step into and talk to a disabled person who was mentally or physically disabled. So,
I suppose it's one time when you can really use your name to raise money. And if I'm going to use it for anything, then what more of a better opportunity to use it here.
And then this time I'll say squat. When I say squat, you're going to do 5 squats quickly. So we'll go down. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right? All right? Yeah. You've done this before. 2, 1. Heels. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sprint. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Squats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep bouncing.
Everything that Prince Harry does at the minute attracts attention, before you even throw in a trip to Abbey Road and a welcome from Jon Bon Jovi.
Pretend you're singing in your bedroom.
The video posted on Harry's Instagram account made it clear that publicly he doesn't want to dwell on the serious questions about his own future. Instead, he wanted the attention on the Invictus choir. Jon Bon Jovi's parents were in the US Marine Corps, and he wrote to Harry last summer, offering up his song that he'd written to raise funds. Ever since, they've been talking to make it happen, at the same time that Harry was working on other plans for his family.
We see it.
13, yeah, 13. 1800, yeah. 15th AM. That's good.
I'm Prince Harry, patron of Sensibility. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for getting involved in the hashtag Feel No Shame campaign, part of Sensibility. On today, World AIDS Day, my secret is, believe it or not, I get incredibly nervous before public speaking. matter how big the crowd or the audience. And despite the fact that I laugh and joke all the time, I get incredibly nervous, if not anxious actually, before going into rooms full of people when I'm wearing a suit. And now that I've confessed that, I'll probably be even more worried that people are looking at me. But thank you very much for everyone who's taken part, and I must encourage as many people to get involved as possible. Thank you.
Yes.
There you go. Wear this when you watch Coach on Saturday. Hey, they hooked you up.
There's that process where you go through training, and it's drilled into you to well, you've got to believe that you're invincible.
Yeah.
Because if you don't believe you're invincible, then you ain't going to get through the 12-mile tab or the log run or anything like that. So you end up thinking you're invincible, then you go on ops, and that then sort of multiplies by however much. And you've got to come to terms with the fact that actually when you leave, you're not invincible.
Yeah.
But use all those tools that the military's given you, that military family's given you, to not only be a better person. In my case, it was like pluck your head out of the sand, deal with all the stuff that you've never dealt with, but use those qualities and those skills and those values and standards, I suppose. Values and standards. But you know what I mean? That's what I've always loved about the military, and that's what I specifically loved about Afghanistan was it's, you know, the military was the university of life, and then Afghanistan was the experience of your life. And I've never met anyone now who can't speak positively of their time in the military. Yes, of course we had bad days, but the good days far outweigh that. And
I think, especially for these guys, it's about turning a negative into a positive. And as I said at the beginning, some of these guys have lived experiences of which you cannot teach people. They have it, and they've made that choice to give back to their community.
But isn't that true of you too?
Yes, no, of course that is. I mean, if you've got a lived experience in anything, then that automatically gives you the ability to be able to see it from their eyes.
Noch ein bisschen rüberschieben. You get it. Und wir brauchen den Support. Okay. Fest war er. Der erste Schuss. Der zweite. Oh. Aber vernünftige Schusstechnik.
Ist das der neue Fußballtrainer jetzt für Deutschland?
Also, jetzt Prinz Harry, this is the local club, Bundesliga Mainz 05.
Kriege ich keine Probleme, wenn ich das jetzt trage?
That looks brilliant.
In his prison cell, the speeches he delivered to his people, and those incredible shirts that he sported. We've also come to know him through the photographs of a person who, even when confronting unimaginable cruelty and injustice, almost always had a smile on his face. As you know, I was unable to attend the awards last year as my grandmother passed away. As you also probably know, she would have been the first person to insist that I still come to be with you all instead of going to her. And that's precisely why I know exactly 1 year on that she is looking down on all of us tonight, happy we're together, continuing to spotlight such an incredible community.
It was sort of hands-on practical work, which I much prefer. I could never see myself sitting at a desk working behind a computer. If I didn't fall asleep, then I'd probably break the computer. I didn't even know how to turn it on. So anything with hands and just doing things, I much prefer. So yes, it was work. I wasn't being paid for it. It wasn't even a case of that. It was a case of me going out there. And as I said, you know, it starts off as a case of getting the attention to that particular country.
I have the beard, keep the beard. And I would feel very, very different without my beard. And that's hard for people to understand who have never grown a beard. But hopefully those beard people out there will go, yeah, no, I fully get that. I can understand.
Prince Harry showed us when he stole some food to take home, only to be caught on camera.
When did you know that Meghan was the one?
The second date, I was starting to think, wow, this is pretty special.
Why? Where did you go?
Because it wasn't so much where we went, it was just the fact, the way that we hit it off with each other. And we were just so comfortable in each other's company.
It's good enough for the Fresh Prince. It's good enough for a real prince.
Okay.
Do you remember the song?
Now, this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down. Now, take a minute.
Sit right there.
Sit right there.
I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called
Bel Air.
Look at you!
James. Yes.
I'm at the toilet.
If I'm not out in 5 minutes, come and get me.
Okay. That is the house from the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. And I think this is where you should live. I don't think there's anything cooler.
Yeah, I think everyone ends up feeling lighter, I think is the best way to describe it. For so many people, it's about management.
Mm-hmm.
You know the things that trigger you, therefore you try and stay away from that. But what I do know is that there is a light at the end of the tunnel for absolutely everyone.
Apples or oranges?
Oranges, duh.
Something weirdly cannibalistic about that.
That was a great time. Happy, 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 happy birthday to the Virgo Prince, Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, husband of the one and only Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. It is so great to celebrate. It was really cool to see you on a flight. I can't wait to share that story with y'all next Monday. And y'all are going to be like, Sharion, because, my thinking cap wasn't on. But thank God my husband was there with his video camera. So we will talk about that next week. But it was great to celebrate the Invictus games. It was great to celebrate my birthday in Germany. All around, the last 3 weeks have been absolutely magical, thanks in large part to my husband, Jonathan Conley, and to Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, and the Invictus Games Foundation. So it's my pleasure to celebrate Prince Harry's birthday once more on this channel. I hope you all enjoyed this celebration. If you have not already, don't forget to go ahead and hit a thumbs up, like the video, let the algorithm know you like my content. It is so great to be back. I have some sad announcements. We are supposed to have a Zoom panel discussion tomorrow. However, I have to cancel that. I have been hit with a serious sinus infection, and making this video, y'all should hear the outtakes. So I don't want to push it and I don't want to gross y'all out tomorrow on the Zoom panel discussion. So we're going to have to reschedule that, but we will have it. I still have all your names and your emails, and you will be getting your invitation once we pick a date for that. So just stay tuned, but thank you so much for your patience on that. I did not realize how bad travel would affect me that second time around, but here we are. So anywho, thank y'all so much for watching. Don't forget to like the video, share if you would like to. Don't forget to comment with your thoughts in the live stream and in the comment section. And if you have not subscribed, don't forget to go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all Monday with our first live stream post Invictus. Cannot wait. See you next time. Bye.